Okay, well today's adventures include I got the valves in the mail for the Hydro 16 project. I got a seat off of one of my junkers over here that Kaylin's going to try and remake a seat cover for. So we have that one to make one for. This one I took the seat off of, that guy back there, and then a few others I'd really like to put a seat cover on. But what we're after today is the seat cover and also the carburetor I'm gonna need. And I luckily have another Tecumseh back here that Briggs. This 16 Onan, which now I'm confused. I don't think that's the one Matt brought or donated. And then this one. Well, that's troubling. I don't know where the other one is now. That's terrible that you don't even know what stuff you got. Now the question is which one. Well, this one has the nipple broken off, the fuel pump. And this one, I don't remember it being yellow or red. It'd have to be it though. I have a fuel pump block at home. I can just put that on and fix that problem. That's what I'm gonna do. And then there's some generic mufflers I can put on too. So when I fire it up, the neighbors don't call the cops. But they're all wondering, when's my turn? I don't know. Well, let me get this off, and the mufflers maybe if they come off easy, and I'll come back to you guys. Alright, and I'm back. So I got the carburetor off. I got all the little pieces and knick-knack stuff I think I'm gonna need. Might try and steal them spark plugs out of this one. I didn't bring a spark plug wrench. I only got a pair of vice grips. I thought this would be a 5-minute ordeal, but it turned out to be more, doesn't it always? So we'll try and sneak out of here past the horde. This is my really nice SS12. James, if you're watching, this is the one that I'm always hunting for that original paint gas tank for. This thing, everything's all original on it other than that muffler. But that is definitely the wrong gas tank. But this thing purrs like a kitten. I want to get a seat made for it. And then it's coming to the house this year and just going to get cleaned up, waxed, oiled, the works. But the guy that owned it really took care of it. It smokes a little bit on startup, but I think an oil change might help or hurt it. So we'll see which way that one goes when the time comes. And there's my Suburban 12. These two are like always in the back to where nobody ever really gets to see them. But that one I'm gonna paint the hood and that's it. Leave the rest and clean it up the same and maybe paint the seat. But that's all. Or get her to make a cover for that would be nice. But yeah, here's old Bandit, my 68 SS12. I want to show you guys soon. Get it together. Same thing, I want a padded seat on it and probably just paint the hood and leave it alone. It gets old restoring them. It's kind of more fun to just clean them up anymore for me. Like this, I don't know, an all original one just cleaned up excites me more than this guy. Even though it is nice. But I'm gonna try and find that engine that I swear that Matt brought. That I'm almost sure that it has to be in nicer shape than the one back there. But when we get these spark plugs out, and then we're gonna go on the hunt for the other engine. That might be it, but it's been a while since I saw it. And it was a quick minute that I saw it, and then we were more excited about other stuff than the engine, so. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, well the hunt for the Onan it's done, because the one over there that I didn't think was the one he brought is the one. But I figured last time Matt was here, he didn't get to see everything on the shelf. And I kind of am curious what's all up here now that I'm looking around trying to hunt for stuff. And with the snow outside and the lighting, it seems to be lighting it up in here pretty well. So this is one I had a long time ago I bought, and the guy painted real goofy, so I'm gonna eventually one day put that back together the way I had it. And then there's my 67 Suburban 10 that, I'll be honest, I bought it, never even opened the hood, so I don't know what's there, what's missing, if it runs. This 66 I had running, it started knocking, so I shut it off, put it right away. And here's some engines that I got up here. In one of my deals, I got this plow, which people call it a potato plow. I'd like to restore that and just put it on something and I guess look at it, because that's all I do with a lot of them. But there's another 16 overhead valve Tecumseh. There's my one rare machine, is the GT18 single. I plan on restoring that. And then I got its big brother over here, the GT18 Onan. And then you guys have seen the ones underneath there, but to recap, there's an ST12 back there. That's really nice original paint, just needs cleaned up and get running. And then an ST16 there, and then an SS16. Them are all like really nice Survivor ones. And then the motor that Matt brought, I plan on putting on this, the one I bought with the perfect nose cone. And all the wiring's intact, so all I'd have to do is put it together, clean it up, and get some 3-point pieces, and I'd have a 3-point hitch and everything on it. And then this is one I'd like to part out or sell. I'm going to keep the ag tires. Kaylin really wants them for the front of hers. And here's the other ST10 that's going to get a pieced apart. Because, Jesus, trying to kill myself. But that's it for today, over at the units at least. So I'm gonna get some more pieces and parts that I may need, and then maybe go home, and if I feel froggy, we're gonna lap those valves and put a carburetor on and see if it makes noise. So stay tuned. All right, well, we're back at the orphanage here, and I got 3 of the valves out. The one I'm scared of taking the keepers out, because there is a hole right there that goes down where all the oil drains. Those keepers are just the size, just big enough to fit down through the hole. So I got lucky with the one valve that nothing happened. But okay, here's one that I haven't really worked too much. You can see all the snow on it. You can see all the, this one was cleaning up half decent, but like focus. Right in there you can see all the little darker spots, especially right there. And see, that's junk. So now you come over to the one that I bought off eBay that I'm cleaning up right now. You can see the nice wide line the whole way around. That's my sealing surface. There's only one defect right there, but the pictures aren't the greatest on eBay, and I've only spent maybe 30 seconds cleaning this one, but that's going to clean up. You can see the other gray line right there on the valve. That's my other sealing surface, so these two are going to just be happy as pigs and shit with each other. So let's try and coordinate this here. All I do, where am I at? Just put a little bit out of the tube and drop your valve. That's always what you want to do. And then you just dip it in the snow. Just get that all around the abrasive. Then you flop her in there. Now, professionally, if you wanted to do this perfect, you'd get a nice little suction cup deal that goes on there, and you can whittle it back and forth. And you can hear the sandpaper type sound going on. That's what you want. So let me try and do this and we'll see if we can get that spot off that valve. Okay kids, for all yous at home in your nice warm beds or couches, this is how cold she is in Southwest PA right now while I'm trying to stay motivated and busy, I guess. So I was sitting here and I was doing the whole grabbing a valve, and I'll give you a demonstration of how dumb I was being. So you just put this guy in there, and I just was kind of by hand, back and forth. Take it out, clean it off. Looked like it did nothing to it. Okay? So I put up with that for about 5 minutes, and I thought to myself, Jeff, you're not a Cro-Magnon man. You're not some guy under a bridge. I mean, you ought to be able to think of something. So this is what I came up with. And lo and behold, it worked. So let me try and set you up somehow. I'm pretty proud of this. It'd be cool if this actually works here. No. Oh. I just completed a complete feat of engineering in my eyes, but I can't figure out how to put my phone to where you can watch. I'll edit this all out. Or maybe I won't. Comic relief. Okay, that seems to work. Plus I can put my glove back on because I'm freezing my butt off. Alright, can you still see? Yeah. So, you gotta put your calibrated knee right into the pocket of the valve. And then you just start whittling away. She'll really start cruising once she warms up. And once your one calibrated knee gets tired, you gotta switch to your other calibrated knee. Come on, phone. You fucking drunk? Anyways, so then you take your gizmo contraption out. And then since I've only got 2 hands, we'll clean it like this time. Now we'll see how it turned out. Because there was one spot I could not get off of this. Come on, focus. And now you see, I don't see one spot on that now. Maybe the slightest hint of where it once was. So I'm gonna stop here and we'll get this cleaned up so I can test and see if it's actually leaking my redneck way of testing. I'll be back. Okay, so since the last time I was making a video here, I got all 4 of the new valves put in that I got off eBay. They're all sitting pretty. I lapped them all. You can see the nice line on them. I lubricated everything. I tested it by putting brake cleaner down the intake port, and it has the slightest baby of a leak on all of them. I've been cutting and grinding and cutting, and I even tapped on the valves. I checked for the lifters so they're at 0 lash to where nothing's touching the valves. I don't know. Without actually taking this apart, going to a machine shop, having it professionally all done on something I don't know anything about the condition of it, just, and with me having other engines laying around, this is just playing. So I'm just gonna run it. Maybe once it warms up and starts pounding away at about 2,000 RPMs, maybe it'll clean itself up. Maybe the valves will get happier in there. I won't know till we see what happens, I guess. I'm freezing though. I'm gonna go upstairs, wire wheel these, clean them. I'm gonna copper spray the gaskets, maybe even put maybe not copper spray, but maybe put a bead of silicone on both sides of the gasket. I just want to see if it runs half decent. And maybe it'll run perfect that way. Don't know. But trying to put as little money as possible into this thing. Just see what happens. Just for fun. And then this is maybe tomorrow's project if it's about the same weather as today, tomorrow. Gonna see if I can get this running. Have a little video on when you buy a tractor and you know absolutely nothing about it and what the steps are to go about getting it running. So that'll be my task for tomorrow. I want to see if this engine runs okay like the guy said. I believe him, but you just always want to see it for yourself. And then the engine's coming off, and then that engine, and there's one on the porch here, needs taken to the storage unit to join the rest of the Tecumsehs, and then we're going to bring the other ST10 home, and I'll do the same with it, and then we're going to make 2 out of 1. That'll probably be next weekend if the weather gets better. Start cutting and making stuff happen. Now Hugh, if you're watching, my plan now is, I completely re-engineered my idea just a little bit. Instead of welding it, I'm going to cut it right there, cut the other frame straight line, preferably right here where I can split it nice and easy, and then put that on there. But then I'm going to take whichever frame I'm not using, cut a piece out of it. I want to measure it and make a pattern out of that in cardboard. That way I have original paint plate. And then my plan is I'm going to lay that on top of the 2 frame fronts, and then I'm going to drill and tap this frame, and then areas where I can drill through and put a nut on the other side, I'm just going to have a nice a nice original paint panel that covers that up. So you won't be able to tell, and then I'll have bolts here, and then just make it to look like nothing ever was done to it. And then make covers for this and yada yada yada. But that's what I've been thinking of doing. That way nobody can tell. And then I'm going to use the Onan hood, which is longer, if I'm able to. But that's the plan. I'm going to go clean these parts up, and then maybe if it doesn't take too long, come back out and put them back on, because I'm tired of that being out in the weather, that cylinder bore. And then I'm going to find little valve spring covers upstairs, maybe better ones than what I have there. If not, I'll just clean them out and oil them. Probably silicone them too, like a hack. And then I gotta find another carburetor, the one I got today. There's some needles and some parts missing off of it, and I grabbed that real quick because I was freezing my butt off again. So I know there's a good one over there. I'll try to maybe put one together out of all the parts I have, but we'll see. So okay, it looks pretty daylight, but we're running out of it pretty quickly, so I thought I'd just shoot another quick segment to add it all together at the end. But that's what I did to renew my old head gaskets. I cleaned them. They turned out really nice, surprisingly. I thought they were goners, but they turned out looking like just slightly used ones. And then I copper sprayed the head and the gasket on both sides really thick, and then let them set together, so when I tighten it up, it's going to smush really nicely. I got this side together. I dumped oil into them. I just want everything well lubricated because I had too many things apart. I have the cylinder walls WD-40'd. I've missed of them. I missed of it on the valves and everything. I'm going to wipe the mating surface with brake clean and then bolt this together. So I'll be right back.